stars as we drove past. You know that we turned up that song, the song Stars, as we were driving past all the meteor watchers. Turned it up really loud, and Dallas wound down the window and just started yelling in some kind of like Metallica, like death metal voice, "Stars!" And now my voice is so sore. I'm here, by the way, you guys.
Oh, we're here too now. Is that Sia?
Wow.
telling the story of last night. We went and watched the meteor shower, and then afterwards,
Where was
my
that?
best friend. There was a meteor shower here in America last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after, I was just saying, because you're like my 8th interview for today.
Yeah.
And my throat's getting really sore. What a whiner! But I'm like, it's because we turned up as we were driving down Joshua Tree, and there was all these cars parked along the main road, with their lights off and sitting on the roofs and whatever. My best friend Dallas, he's got a really interesting sense of humor, and so he turned on that Ryan Tedder song or One Republic song, Stars.
Yeah.
And he turned it up real loud, turned down all the windows, and then just started yelling out in like death metal voice, "Stars! Stars!"
How's the Serenity? Yeah.
So did you join in too? And that's why your voice is gone?
And it was the worst thing I could have done for my very pressure focused call.
You've blown up those dulcet tones.
How on earth does the lead singer Metallica do that his whole career? I never got that.
Yeah.
How do you do it? I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, seriously. By the way, when you're talking about meteor showers, I have this theory, Sia, that like the Northern Lights is just a marketing campaign.
Yeah,
it doesn't actually exist. I've actually been to Iceland twice. This is the worst story. I've been to Iceland twice, just to see the Northern Lights, and stood out in some fucking like ice desert all night. And I may as well have been sitting in some like in the middle of Ipswich in Queensland, because it was just a black sky, nothing. Have you seen them? Have you seen the Northern Lights?
I haven't, because I've heard a couple stories like those.
Yeah, I don't know. At least you saw the damn meteor shower. Was it good?
I'm like, I'm happy to watch Love on the Spectrum on Netflix.
Oh, how good is it?
In my bedroom projected, like that's good enough for me. Northern Lights, Northern Lights.
Yeah, I know.
I watch Love on the Spectrum, Normal People.
Yes, I love it.
Just my favorite TV shows.
Yeah,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Hang on? Did you just take a piss?
Yeah, you heard me, and I flushed too, and I'm no shame.
Did you really?
Yes, I heard it flush.
Did you really just go to the toilet while you were doing an interview with us?
I sure did.
That is outstanding.
That's it. We've never had that before.
I was busting a little bit, and then I probably should have taken a break, but because I'm kind of a workhorse, I was like, okay, yep, I'm ready for the next one, and then I realized, no, I'm not.
If you missed
and
it
we'd
as
already
you're listening,
started, so I went to the bathroom and I peed, and you could hear me piddling, and I was laughing in my head.
Did you hear it, Luttsy?
Yeah, I could hear it, and then I had the flush.
Yeah, and then I just flushed with no shame.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you?
Because guess what? Stars are just like us.
Did you use
stars?
Did you use toilet paper?
Just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us.
I don't understand what's happening.
Oh shit! This is the best.
Well, Sia just went and took a leak while we were talking.
Yeah. Good on you. Bloody excellent.
That's pretty cool.
Did you?
I'm gonna blow my nose now, you guys.
We're close.
What'd you say?
Hang on, let me just blow my nose.
Yeah. Just clear your nasal passage, please.
Why don't you take a shit? We'll get the whole thing done.
Awesome. Unfortunately, I don't need to take a shit, so...
That's
cool.
all right. Next time. We'll get that next time.
And I was just about to ask you, because I'm a little older than you, and I'm doing a job where I feel like I would never be doing at my age, if you know what I mean. And it seems like you're pretty immature as well. And
it's
you're
good.
Similar age to me. And did you think you'd be a rock star at our age?
No, that's why I did the special, wig thing.
What was that? Hang on.
Like,
the wig thing.
Oh, the wig thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to be famous anymore. I got a tiny bit famous, realized it was not for me. I found it really dysregulating emotionally. And
Did you?
And I thought, how can I put out this last album so I can get out of my publishing deal, but not be famous? So I managed to get a record deal that said that I didn't have to do any promo and I didn't have to tour.
Jeez.
And that I didn't, and so then I put everyone in the little wig, the blonde wig. That was the beginning of it. I put Maddie in the blonde wig for Chandelier, and then I put a whole bunch of other people in the blonde wig too. Winnie Harlow in like my Eminem video. Yep. And like just a bunch of, I just was like, everyone can be the pop star. Just put the blonde pop on. You're the pop star, and then I can be private lady.
Yeah, and it gave you that anonymity.
And yeah, and I've it's the best thing that ever happened. I mean, it's the best thing I ever accidentally happened upon. Yeah. Just knowing that the only thing that wasn't, that was lacking in the music industry was mystery. Yeah. And also that I needed to have a private life in order to be able to survive, because I just wasn't born for fame.
Wow.
And but I was born for singing and writing songs, and it turns out now directing movies too. So
epic.
Let's talk about writing songs for just a second, because you've written so many great songs. You know what my favourite? I love Chandelier. Like, I love that song, and I'm so glad that you sung it, because Chandelier, I don't know if this is true or not, to me, you can tell that's a personal song. Like, that song means something to you. And then,
I think I did like sing for Rihanna, then I got...
What did you do for Rihanna?
What'd you say?
Talk through the genesis of that song. Did you ever want to give that away?
I wrote it. I basically started writing. I wrote the chords in my friend's studio. I wrote the chords, and I'm real hammer-fisted at chords and stuff. Like, I can't write a whole song in a row. Like, I just write sections. Ham-fisted. And
thanks for clarifying.
And then my friend Jesse, who was the engineer at my friend's studio, he started playing like some xylophone to it.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh, this is great. Record this. And then we recorded it, and I said, can you just, and he was an engineer, and I just said to him, you want to be a producer, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, why don't you produce up this track? And we'll see what happens. And he ended up producing the track for Chandelier, sending it to me. I wrote the lyrics and melody over it and recorded it in my hot closet in my house. And then originally I sent it to Rihanna, because I think that they were looking for songs at the time.
Had you given Rihanna Diamonds in the Sky at that point? Like, had Rihanna already? Yeah.
No, I hadn't yet.
Oh, you hadn't given her that, right?
I don't think so. I can't remember exactly, but I don't think so. I basically, because there was also a little bit of drama around Pretty Hurts, because she had Pretty Hurts first, which, but then her management forgot to buy the track, and then Beyonce said she wanted Pretty Hurts, and then my big dream was to have just Beyonce and Eminem do one of my songs, and that was sort of like one of my big dreams.
Yeah.
And then Rihanna's engineer had a great idea and said he thought that Diamonds was a better song than Pretty Hurts, and that I should offer it to Rihanna instead and ask her if I could take Pretty Hurts and give it to Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
She said yes. And so, but I think I sent it to her regarding Chandelier, but I may not have. It's hard to remember, but then I know I got Seller's Remorse song to you? Immediately.
What? Sorry, is that a personal song to you, that Chandelier?
Pardon?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sorry, you're just a bit quiet, darling. I don't mean to keep saying sorry.
There's something wrong with my mic. Yeah.
I've turned you up in my volume as loud as I can go, but I'm just having a bit of a hard time hearing you. I eventually had Seller's Remorse, and I was grateful because I don't think she wanted it, and then I was grateful because I was like, oh, that's my song. I can't give that away to anybody.
Hey, I'm interested. Obviously, the Together, which is the one we're playing a lot at the moment. It's one of the many songs on the new movie where you make your directorial debut. Music. Now, this is fascinating because this is Kate Hudson playing a newly sober lady that finds out the news. She's become the sole guardian of a well, I was going to say a little girl, a half sister named Music, who is on the autism spectrum. Now, Music is played by Maddie, who is the, for want of a better term, young Sia in your film clips, who is now, what, 17 years of age?
He's going to be 18 on September the 30th.
Do you? I mean, I know you've
14 when we made this movie.
Yeah, okay. So, are you still someone who's still? I feel like you've sort of tenderly kind of massaged her, for want of a better term, through her teens as a young adult, and kind of looked after her in a celebrity sort of sense as well, Sia, or is that overstating it?
I mean, it's not in a celebrity sense. That's
just in a life sense.
That would be a misnomer. It's in a familial sense.
Okay.
I met her. I saw what she'd been through with the abuse she'd taken in Dance Mums.
Yeah.
I noticed similar attributes to some of my own idiosyncrasies, and I realized that she too suffered from PTSD, and I realized that I didn't realize until after Chandelier, but that she was going to be a big star. And I realized that I had, purposely, intentionally left the spotlight behind, and then I had thrown this 11-year-old into the, to the wolves, and it made me feel like a pretty crappy person. And so I just made it my mission to protect her and to talk to her always about whether she wanted to stop, whether she wanted to do something else, whether she wanted to have a childhood. She has walkers, so I made sure she had security, and I took care of that because it's too expensive. And, like, you see these famous children, but they're not making as much as, like, adult people, and they need protection just as much. And security is actually one of the most expensive things that in this business.
Yeah, really.
And so, her parents are normal people, so they can't afford it. And so, it was just, I knew it was my duty to protect her, and also not just physically, but psychologically.
That's really good you did that for her. And then you mentioned that she had PTSD as well. Did you have PTSD? And what was it from being famous?
Yeah,
was it from being famous?
I got complex PTSD, but I think I might have spent the last 4 years working through it.
What was it from?
That's I'd sort of spent 4 years in bed and in like a lot of trauma recovery and inpatient trauma recovery, and I had a lot of suicidal ideation. And like I had a broken brain. It was broken for a while after I finished the movie and was trying to edit it. I was incredibly sick physically, and then it was also so demoralizing being in physical pain. It does, I mean, anyone who's listening who's in physical pain, chronic physical pain, will know that it can make you feel hopeless and suicidal. Just to think that you might be going to have to live like this for the rest of your life. With no relief. But I've since found some relief in medications and meditation. And so, but yeah, I was diagnosed with complex PTSD. I originally was diagnosed with bipolar 2, but they realized that wasn't my diagnosis. And a lot of people who get diagnosed bipolar 2 right after they get sober, it's a misdiagnosis. It's a very common misdiagnosis. So yeah, I found out it was straight up complex PTSD, because as soon as I took that first Prozac, as soon as I took the 6th Prozac.
Yeah.
It's always the 6th.
What happened?
It was 6 days I had to take it. And as soon as I did, the ruminative cyclical thinking that was like, kill yourself, fat fuck, kill yourself, just stopped.
Really?
It just stopped. It went away.
Wow.
So reach out for help. Is that the advice you give people? Like, I've got.
Oh, for sure. Connection is the solution.
Reach out. I like that.
Yeah.
My God.
That's fat. We're getting the wind up, Sia. We could talk to you all day.
This is pretty
I
cool.
love you guys.
That's
Yep,
cool.
Keep going.
See, I don't know if you check your gram, but I've just sent you a book that it's actually my cousin is putting out here called "Turning Down the Noise: The Quiet Power of Silence in a Busy World." So I've sent you the link for that in your DMs on Sia Music.
Thank you.
And I'll send you a
Just
copy if you're interested.
recently, I joined a very stealth dating app, and I had to log into my Instagram.
Yeah.
And I haven't been logged in for 3 years.
Okay.
Wow.
So I actually will now have access to that.
Well,
And I'll
just
go
have a quick look.
at it.
It may or may not be for you. If you do, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll send you a copy straight away. It's a pretty cool book.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Good luck on the dating front too.
Yeah.
If you're looking for love.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, good music will come out of that one way or the other. Yeah.
Nice chatting to you.
Uh-huh.
See ya.
Hey, good luck with the film and everything too, legend. That's fantastic.
Thanks. I love you guys. Thanks for helping me promote it.
Stay safe, all right?
Yeah, you too.